question on
Yep.
number 3.
Okay, so we're moving to number 3. Yes, we'll open up number 3.
Can someone explain that one, just the context for that change?
The change to, pulling it out?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm working off the new number 3. So we're on the
Oh,
old
I'm
number 3?
sorry. Yeah, you're right. The one that is struck through. I'm sorry. In blue highlight.
Yes, I'd be happy to. That was my suggestion. And whereas I felt when we're talking about consensus, we had consensus to say that we weren't going to agree about moving the 911 telecommunicators into the correctional plans. I don't feel we had consensus to tell the legislature not to do it. That's why I asked it to be pulled. I felt there was too much contention that we were never going to get to an agreement to say, go ahead and let's look at that. That seems fair. Let's do it. There was no consensus there, so we pushed it aside. But I know I personally still think that we would not damage that fund, and there's ways to keep it whole and move folks into that pension fund, particularly because 10% of our people are already in it. So that's why I struck that line.
Thanks, Dar. I think it's something that obviously shows some difference of opinion between correctional officers and telecommunicators, and that is something I think the two of you are sorting out. But I had just heard differing things, and I thought at one point there was uniformity not to go that direction. But certainly, if there's not yet, then it makes sense to leave that out.
Well, and it's under D. So under D, it kind of said that there wasn't consensus to move in that direction. So the legislature is still going to see that. And they're still going to see if they go down this path. They're alerted to that. They're going to have some people working against them, or opposition, I should say. Is that fair? I think we conveyed that in the report.
Sorry, Dar, where in D? You mean?
Yep, letter D, that paragraph.
So the new 3D. Wait.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. It is
page 12, Matt.
Yep, page 10.
Ah, got it.
10
Backing
of
up.
the other one.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's helpful. I guess I would just add, I was a bit mystified by that also, just partly because, and there was reference earlier in this meeting to the reality that there is current statutory language sort of defining what criteria needs to be met, or what standard needs to be met for participation in the PERA Correctional Plan. And so it is what it is. If there's not consensus, Dar, and you want to go that direction, I think I can live with that also. But I had thought at one point there was a broader shared concept that the PERA Correctional Plan was not a workable solution. But if that's not how people feel, I think going this direction is fine too.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I think there's going to be significant opposition to it because of perceived conditions and stuff, but I don't think it's outside the legislature's purview to add conditions as to why people would qualify for those plans. Those are the current conditions. I will give you that. They are. And I'm not saying I'm fighting for it. I'm just saying I think we've I think it's properly addressed in D, and where we said that we're not going to recommend it, but I don't think we put in here that it should not be changed. We're not recommending it, but I don't think we can go as far as to say, I'm not going as far as to say it should not be.
Quick comment. If the committee is not recommending changes to the plan, the legislature was kind of a twofold thing, and I'm agreeing with Matt on this. It was a twofold thing. Should the pension be changed for 911 telecommunicators? And the second part, should they be added to the correctional plan? Well, if we don't even have consensus on whether those changes should be done, then number 2 is moot. And I did believe that before that the consensus was that they were not going to add them to the correctional plan. That was my understanding.
Yeah, and there's the thing there that it says it's that our recommendations may include, but are not limited to. And since we're not recommending to move them into it, I don't think we necessarily need to say that it should not be. Those are my thoughts. Yeah, we need a motion. Well, I think I can make it. And then we'll need a second. I'm going to move that the second draft of the report be adopted as amended and submitted to the Legislative Commission on Pensions and Retirement, and that the LCPR staff be permitted to make non-substantive changes to the report as necessary to incorporate the amendments and finalize the report for submission.
I can make a second.
Okay, we have a second by Matt. Any discussion on that motion? Okay, seeing no further discussion, let's take a roll call. Lisa?
Working group members, please unmute your microphones. Darlene Pankonie,
Aye.
Doug Anderson,
Aye.
Tim Boyer.
Aye.
Ann Finn.
Aye.
Dan Gorman is absent. Jeremy Hansen,
Aye.
Matt Hilgart,
Aye.
Mark Lalick,
Aye.
Holly Dayton on behalf of Aaron Leonard,
Abstaining.
Matt Mossman,
Aye.
Kirk Oswald,
Aye.
Heidi Paulman is absent, as is Dana Wahlberg. So, Madam Chair, there are 9 ayes and 1 abstain and 0 nays.
Awesome. That passes. Thank you, everyone.